Hey guys, Bruce the Budget Aquarist here, and I hope you guys are doing well. We are not talking coronavirus here. Just want to let you all know I have a job that is deemed a necessity. I'm out amongst people, crowds, coworkers, clients all day long, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I just, you know what, I don't have any compromised health issues. So consequently, it's just not that big of a scary thing to me. So that being said, I'm hoping things turn around pretty quick because we got to get this economy rolling again. Anyways, I want to do an update for you on a couple of new fish I got. My vast quantity of baby plecos I have, and we'll go from there. I do want to show you. My wife made me a few new Budget Aquarist t-shirts. No, I'm not selling them. But anyways, I just want to show it to you because it's always nice when your spouse is supportive of your hobby. And we'll get busy. So talk to you guys real soon from the fish room. Alright guys, for those who have not been to my fish room before, or this is your first time watching the videos, this is my main fish room. I do have a tank in another room, and then I have a couple of tanks that are not set up in this one at this time. Just depends on how many I need going. Wanted to show you folks this. This is a Leporanus fasciitis, striped Leporanus that is. Got this guy barely 1.5 inches long, free, was given to me. Put him in this tank and he's growing out and he's doing great. Really a funny fish. He eats pretty much anything, but actually loves pleco veggie wafers. On the right there is a new fish I got that I'm not sure I'm going to keep, but I'm going to grow it out a while. It gets about 1 foot long. It's a pike cichlid. It's extremely aggressive. Doesn't seem to be horrible to, it's not like picking on anything else, but give it up if you're going to have anything even remotely smaller than it in the tank, because it will eat it. It's very, I just think the larger it gets, I might not enjoy it. I guess that's what I'm getting at, but we'll take good care of him in the meantime. He and that Leporanus will both be about 1 foot long. There they are together. They seem to get along fine. But if I do keep that pike cichlid, I'll be getting rid of the yellow labs in here. You can see them, a few of them in the background. And I don't know that they'll be aggressive enough to keep up with the pike. We'll see. All right, moving on to the main hobby that I have, and that is growing plecos. Just wanted to show you. Some of you may have seen my video where I had 2 back-to-back broods of or clutches of pleco eggs. So I have some in that main tank, and then I've moved some over into this tank, and of course they're all hiding in here. There's probably 20 to 30 of them in here in various spots, just growing out. And the parents actually had another clutch not too long ago, so there's just literally I just have tons and tons of these. It's a longfin female and a regular albino male. Now if you look at this, if you look at the tail on that, that is indicative of it being a longfin baby. So that's good news. Don't know what kind of ratio, but I'm expecting 25 to 50% of these albinos will be longfin. Hopefully more, but you never know. Now, to let you know too, these tanks that have these in here are getting 75% water changes and a new hang on back filter pad change every single day. This is a interesting pleco I've shown you guys before, but I just want to show you that it continues. If you notice, its front fins are growing in a curlicue, and that is continuing. The larger this gets, they just continue to grow in a curlicue. It seems to have the ability to stretch them out, but when it tucks them into its side, that's what they do. It's completely healthy fish, and it's just a bizarre thing that I noticed when it was small, and I held on to it, and they continue to grow in that manner. But he'll live a long, healthy life in my tank. But it is definitely interesting. This is another one I wanted to show you. This is one of my calico grow outs, long fin calico. Just wanted to show you that. Boy, isn't that a beautiful pleco? I think it's highly underrated. People seem to have a fascination with the albino bristlenose. And then you see a lot of the plain chocolate ones, but that is a beautiful, they call it like a calico. And I have a few of them that are growing out that I've kept. And they're all doing good, just getting bigger and bigger. And then one of those is going to end up mating with the one with the curly fins, because I want to see if I can't keep that line going and make a curly fin pleco. All right, moving on. This is a nice view of my Farlowella catfishes, also known as twig cats. They got a bunch of names, but these things are not out very much. I took this video right after I had done a water change and threw some food in there, so they were really out eating. But there's 3 of them in there. I don't know yet. They're not old enough to determine if they're male and female. But boy, they are interesting fish. Really beautiful, long, slender body. And it was really nice on this particular day to catch them all out, because typically they're very, very shy fish. So I'm hoping to breed these at some point. Not breeding them for profit or anything, although I'll definitely be able to sell them at my local fish store. But just because they're gorgeous, and I'd like to see the fry and grow them out. And by the way, those 3 share their tank with this guy. It's just a Senegal Bisher, or Bisher, Biter, whatever you call him. And he doesn't seem to bug him, but he gets plenty of food. I do have a little concern about him possibly eating eggs, but from what I understand, they lay him up on the glass, and I don't think he's that good at swimming to go up and pick eggs off the glass. He really likes to eat off the ground. So these are new fish to me too. These are Odessa barbs. Right now I'm just showing you the base of this, which is Java moss. I'm trying to get a nice thick layer of Java moss down there. And then again, the goal of this is to try to breed these, simply because I have not bred them before. There's a female down in there goofing around. But I understand that the best thing to do for these, to breed them, is to get them real fattened up, which I'm doing. You see some zebras in there. I have since removed those, put them into a different tank to let these Odessas. But look at that, boy, what color. And those are just gorgeous. So I have 3 males, 3 females. Might get some more females at some point, but right now I'm just trying to fatten them up. And then I'm going to be dropping the water level down quite a bit and seeing if I can't get them to come in and spawn down into those that Java moss. and then remove the adults and see if I can't get some babies. So we'll see what happens. But there's the female, the plain looking, but great looking fish, and I've always wanted to raise them, and I decided to give it a try. So this is my plant tank, and this has some new fish, and these things are going to be real hard to film, but these are called Celebes half beaks, and you saw it swimming up around the top there. This tank is primarily used to grow up plants, and as you can see, I've got some water lettuce in there that I'm trying to get some water lettuce going. But there he is, and if you notice, that long extension is actually its bottom lip. The top lip is only is basically this normal size. So it's really interesting to watch them eat. You can kind of see it there. It's almost like they're upside down swordfish. So they don't have the long sword on the top. It's actually on the bottom. They are very aggressive. They only get a few inches long. They are very, and they're live bearers of all things, just like guppies. So I'll be interested in seeing what I can do there. Moving over, taking a look. This is my electric blue Acara pair, and they have about maybe 8 or 9 babies in there swimming around with them. And I'm just letting nature take its course. I don't want them to have too many babies right now. But as you can see here, I do have a tank with that has about 30 that are growing out, and they'll be going to store pretty quick. Other than a few of them that I have, because I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow smaller ones, and I have several of them that I've kept that have been very, very small. Like that one, for example. It just doesn't grow at the same rate as the other Acaras. So it just genetically has something in it that's keeping it very small. And that's something I'm trying to bring out and see if I can't just consistently breed smaller electric blue Acaras. Love them. Great fish if you want a nice fish in your tank. This is my false Julii Cory tank, and there they are. This tank is basically in a position or a situation where I'm trying to get more and more plants to grow in it. Anybody who grows plants knows that you can't overdo it. You can't go too fast, too heavy with plants. At least not naturally. And I tried to use as little liquid fertilizer as possible, and I also don't use any CO2, so the growth in these tanks is just natural. So it takes a little while to get the plants grown, but they are doing nicely. They're filling in nicely, and as you can see, the false Julii, absolutely beautiful. My favorite of the Corys, catfish, the Corydoras, and they're doing great. Actually, I have a couple of more of their babies over in that Acara tank, keeping the bottom clean. So look at that Java moss on that spider wood. So let you folks know who are trying to grow out plants, just let them go. Let them go. Don't trim them back. Don't move them around. Don't do too much. Plant you some Java moss like that, and look at that. That thing, stuff just takes off. Same thing with this. It's water wisteria and Sprite, water Sprite. Plant them. Don't move them around. Don't mess with them, and let them go.